As long as you have breath in your body, you can still make an impact. You matter. So you're not too old. It's not too late. Good morning, you guys. It is. I've already started my makeup. This is a treat because this face hasn't seen any makeup all week long. Anyway, it is early. It's 6:30 in the morning. I've been up since 5. I want to encourage you, if you don't, you should wake up early. There's something about the morning that just feels a peace. It's like the whole world is sleeping, but you're awake. You're ahead of the game. I've heard people say before they feel like their prayers are getting answered before anybody else's because they feel more in tune with God really early in the morning. I don't know how to explain it, but it does kind of feel like that. It just feels like you're in tune with some sort of infinite peace in the morning, close to God and the solace. I've really been faced lately with the difficulty of death. One of my best friends, one of my closest friends in life, her mom passed away a couple weeks ago, and it's been a very, very, very difficult couple weeks, feeling like, how do you move on when somebody you love and care about is in such great pain? But if there's one thing that I have learned from this whole situation and trying to process it and not drive my mom crazy, because I literally couldn't get a hold of her a couple of weeks ago. I sent her probably 100,000 texts. I'll put a screenshot here. I'm like, Mom, where are you? I went to the police station. I called my service provider asking them, could you please track her phone? You guys, if you ever have somebody that you can't get a hold of, don't even bother calling your service provider telling them it's an emergency, because they'll just tell you, sorry, we don't do that. So actually, next time I see my mom, I actually need to track her phone without her knowing. She'll probably never see this video because she gets enough of me talking. I talk to her so many times a day. Whenever I try to show her a video, she's like, okay, that's enough, thank you. She doesn't want to see anymore anything else. She hears it all live. But anyway, she was missing. She wasn't missing, she was at work and her phone died. But that's not like her, for me to not hear from her for hours on end. I mean, the woman constantly calls me and gets on my nerves. But there's no one I love more. There's nobody who will love you the way a mother does. Nobody who will harass you about taking your vitamins, even when you're 32 years old. We'll be getting off the phone, be like, okay, good night, Mom. Have a good night. Love you. Bye. She'll call back 5 minutes later. By the way, did you take your vitamins today? I'm like, stop asking me that. It's like asking me if I brushed my teeth. But only a mom will love you like that, to say, did you take your vitamins? I'm like, Mom, do you think I spent hundreds of dollars on my vitamins for me to not take them? I spent the money on them. This time, it wasn't your money, it was my money. Nobody can get on your nerves more. There's nobody you love more than your mom. And if you've been blessed to have a good mom, the thought of that day coming is just, anyway, the point I was making is I am on her last nerve. I keep calling her, crying, having these emotional breakdowns. Like, what will I do without you? Like, how will I move forward in my life? I don't know how I'll be able to move forward. How will I enjoy anything knowing you're not here? How can I watch a show or eat a meal or cook something and not call you to tell you how good it is, or call you when my feelings are hurt, or have somebody cook me a meal, or just, there's nobody who loves you like your mom. So when you see people who are going through that, my mom keeps getting mad. She's like, stop taking other people's stuff on. It's not you. Stop taking it on. I'm such an empath. I've always felt other people's feelings so deeply ever since I was a kid. There was a girl in Vacation Bible School. I taught in Vacation Bible School. I worked in a nursery from the time I was 14. And there was a girl in my mom's class, because my mom actually taught Vacation Bible School for 1 week. I had a job at the actual nursery, but that week was a special week, so they had volunteers. So my mom actually was a volunteer that week. And she had a little girl in her class who had really, 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 really bad eczema. And the little girl was like 5. You guys, I was in high school and I was devastated. My mom was like, my mom introduced me to her in her classroom, and I was like, oh, bless this little baby's heart, and she was sensitive. My mom said that her parents had said, please be very sensitive because it's very painful. And I was also a volunteer at MD Anderson at the time. I worked at the nursery and I volunteered at MD Anderson. And I remembered being at MD Anderson with the other 2 volunteers. And they were like, I was just talking to them about it and I was crying. And I know it seems so minute now, but I remember just being so devastated. Like, Lord, why did you give this little baby girl, skin that is breaking and bleeding and hurting? And I've just always been a crybaby for other people. My mom worries about me because she's like, I just worry you just take on too many things. And my friend's mom's passing. And I've also had other people in proximity to me, not close friends, but women that I've shared meals with and phone conversations and been out with, and just acquaintances whose parents have passed away. And you just get to that age where you're like, it's a very real thought of not having your the thought of not having your parents is just a really, really, really devastating idea. And I called my aunts as well. I asked them, I've just been trying to get understanding. How are you guys okay when Granny passed away? How are you okay that your aunts and uncles are dying? Because I'm very close to my uncles and my aunts. They all came down here when I had my transplant. I call them all for advice. Not as much anymore, but just have a very close relationship with them. Very, very, very close. And the thought of being on the planet without them is just, I don't even want to think about it anymore. But I've asked all of them, how do you live? And nobody's giving me an answer. They all just keep saying, the Lord. Like, that's not a good answer. I called my aunt yesterday and she's like, this is too much. It's too much, Sierra. I'm like, I'm sorry. I just need to know. I need you to tell me the roadmap of how I'll be okay. Because I don't think I'll be okay. And she's just like, Sierra, her and my mom, they just keep saying, God will put people in your life. And more than anything, they're like, there will be a gratitude for the relationship. And I had a friend in college, a really close friend in college whose mom passed away. And she told me she used to think the same thought. She thought, I'll never be able to live without my mom. And her mom passed away and, we had lunch. And she's like, I thought before she passed away I wouldn't be able to live. But she's like, not until it happens do you recognize, you have to live and you get through it just like anything else. You just get through it. You get through it like anything else. So anyway, one thing that this situation has taught me moving forward is I should keep putting makeup on because I have things to do. My leg fell asleep, so I had to stop for a second. But one thing I recognize from death being so I don't know the word. Death just being so prevalent. That's the word I'm looking for. Especially, maybe it seems more prevalent because of COVID, but with death being so prevalent these days with people, it seems like people are just dying, dying. If there's one thing I can say to you guys is live your life, live in purpose, call your family, call your friends, tell them how much you love them, how much you appreciate them, vocalize it. I think sometimes we think that they know I love them, they know I care, but just hearing those words, I would say in the last year and a half, my mom has become she doesn't know this, and again, she probably will never watch this video, so whatever. Sometimes when she calls me and we're having a deep conversation, I'll record it.
I don't think that. I just feel like you like when something happens, who do you call? You call your mom.
Sierra,
Something happens, like you call your mom. Like your mom, like you're my best friend. Like You get on my nerves more than anybody. The only person that can set you on highs and lows is your mom. Like, and it's because the love is so deep. Like, you get so agitated with the people that you love because you love them so much. Those are the people you don't care about don't really get under your skin. You just don't really care. But the people that you really love the most, those are the people that you like. I just don't like I'm not trying to take on other people's stuff, Mom. I'm not. But when managers, when boys, when things happen, when you're in pain, when you have anything, you're the person I go to. Like you're your mom. Like I just.
Well, and all our relationship will be is here to sustain you now here. Because you know what? This relationship that is a gift. If I believe if you put this energy into your life, people will just tell you stuff, girl, and life the love will ooze out of you, and you will be replenished. You will be replenished, but you got to pay the price. Everybody does. Everybody has a mother and father, whether they're good or bad. Everybody has a mother and father. That's how they got here, whether they was good or bad. And so we have to be thankful for what we did have. Because look at Mama. Mama lost her mother when she was 16 and had to raise all them kids.
And the older I get, the more I think about that. I wrote about it this morning. I just let it go, honestly.
Amen, girl. You have to come out of that. I'm not worried about anything. Because, honey, I got 3 clients today. And I was not going to let that go in my day, what came to me. So I'm exercising in goodness and mercy that has been given to me. And I want to keep my goodness and mercy, okay? Everything that God gives me, I want to give to somebody else so I can get that. Okay? Okay. And I said so damn what about it? Because it's time for you to learn how to grow up and take care of yourself. There's so many people that don't even have what you have.
And who's to say that she'll die before me? Life is short. We don't know how this thing called life is gonna play out. But when she tells me really deep things, or she's getting on my nerves, or if there's something I know I want to hear, I record our conversations. And I know some of that is out of fear. I know we shouldn't be doing things out of fear, but my biggest wish in life and my biggest hope for myself is that I have no coulda, shoulda, wouldas. I do not want to be in this life having any, I coulda done this, I coulda said this, I coulda did that. I don't want any coulda, shoulda, wouldas, because when it's over, it's over. And so we have to live our life on purpose. We have to make decisions on purpose. We have to be intentional about everything. I feel like I get mad at God. I've said this before in a video. I get so mad at God because of living with sickle cell. I've always had this sort of, I never have felt invincible to death. I've always been aware of my mortality. Always.
How long have you been in pain?
Days.
Since what time this morning?
I don't know.
How long have you been here at the Children's Hospital?
Days.
No, you've been here since 6:50 this morning.
Okay.
No, you're not. No, you're not gonna starve, Sierra.
Today I am. I won't be in no more pain.
Yeah, it's okay. This is the I know this is the life and death of Christ that you're experiencing, and we are experiencing it with you. Yes. What's What's the number of the pain, sweetie? Yeah, what's the number?
It's low because I don't eat that much. I'm gonna starve now. I'm dying.
You what?
I want a pizza. That's all I want is pizza. I'm not gonna have that. I'm just gonna starve.
Yeah. That's another step.
I'm not going to drink that
Why?
because I don't want to be in pain. Yes.
So today you're gonna fast?
I don't want no food.
You gonna fast today?
I don't want nothing.
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna fast with you.
I don't want nothing. I don't want that. I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. I don't want to be in pain.
And so I've always felt a sense of how much time do I have? And I think that's part of the 20 million computer tabs open in my head, because I know that life is short and shit happens, and I want my life to be meaningful. I want it to be impactful. I want it to mean something. I want people to feel loved, valued, appreciated. So it's really easy for us to make assumptions. Oh, they know, I care. But calling somebody up on the phone, calling your mom, our moms are humans. My mom's made mistakes in the past. I've made mistakes in the past. No relationship is perfect, but have those difficult conversations. Her and I have had some difficult conversations. Have difficult conversations with your friends. When they offend you, don't let it create resentment and bitterness in your heart. Bring things up right away. Let people know, hey, maybe you didn't mean to hurt me, but this situation hurt me. Maybe you didn't mean to, but that's the way I took it. That's the way I heard it. And I just think that can squash so much drama and unnecessary resentment. If we just start one time, it was about a year ago. I was really annoyed because I got home and my mom was here. And I don't remember what I was annoyed about. I was just annoyed. And she just came over and looked at me. And she told me the sweetest thing ever. I'll never forget it. It was December 12th, 2020. She's like, Sierra, out of all the things I've done for you, been in the hospital for chemotherapy, been there by your side, been there for you, held your hand, wiped your butt in your adulthood. She's like, out of all the things I've done for you, that was the nicest thing? I was like, yeah, it was, Mom. And she looked at me and I was annoyed and I was being such a brat. And she was like, there's nothing more important to me than you. You're the highlight of my day. You mean everything to me. You're everything to me. There's nobody I love more. Just seeing you. That's all I want to do is just see you. And she was looking at me and I was just crying, because you know your parents love you, but to have somebody say those words out loud to affirm you in that way, it's like nothing else in the world matters. When you tell people how you feel, what they mean to you, how they have been of service to you. Even if you say, hey girl, like when you did X, Y, and Z, I know I said thank you, but you don't know what that did for my heart. Just let people know. I had a friend also recently say, she took the time out to send me this message, and she basically was like, I see you, girl. She sent me a 10-minute video saying, I see you. I see you. And that means a lot. So as you move forward with your day, death is coming for all of us. And we have to make an effort to live our life on purpose. Make each conversation meaningful, impactful. Is it necessary? Is it good? Is it serving somebody? Is it positive? We have to have gratitude because it could all be taken away so quickly. I also saw this other video that felt like a wrap up, but it's not, because I have another thought. I also saw this other video that I really love. Do you guys listen to Ralph Smart? Hello, deep divers. Deep divers. Infinite waters, diving deep. Peace. Peace. I love him. That is like, I love it. Peace. I mean, that's what we need. Peace. He had a video where he shared a quote of somebody saying, some philosopher or someone said, most people live to the age of 76, but they die at the age of 18. That hit me hard when I saw that video because, whoo, y'all, we can be told no so many times in our lives. We can be told no so many times in our lives. You know, when we're babies, our parents pat us on the back. Shh, they don't want us to cry in church. Babies don't know, they're just like communicating something to you, you know? But we're told no so many times in our lives. We can really begin to internalize those no's. And we can start to just exist. Have you guys ever just had moments in your life where you weren't living, you were just existing? You gave up on your hopes and your dreams and you quit because you didn't mean to quit, but it just got really hard. Well, I just want to tell you, in case you need a reminder today, on this Friday morning, you are not too old and it is not too late. Don't be somebody who lives to the age of 76, but you die at 18. Keep going. Keep pressing. Dream again. My mom is actually really an inspiration to me in that way. She's always trying new things. I laugh at her all the time. Because my mom, she's done all the things. She's taken cooking classes, she's taken swim lessons, she has a cosmetology license, she has a phlebotomy license, she's taken sewing classes, and she actively does all the things. She's always, even though life has thrown her some curveballs and she has had some challenges, she keeps dreaming and she keeps going, and it's really an inspiration because as long as you have breath in your body, you can still make an impact. You matter. So you're not too old. It's not too late. Don't let those dreams die. Bring them back. Just tackle a little bit at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. A little bit every day. Sometimes I actually feel semi-guilty because since I am so aware of my mortality and death and dying and all of those things, I tend to say no a lot. I've started to say no a lot more because I want to be very intentional about the ways in which I spend my time. It's important. I have to find a little bit of balance though, because I have moments where I constantly feel the need to be in a productive space. Like I need to be productive. I need to be working on something. I need to be creating better thoughts in my mind. And sometimes it's a little much because I'm constantly trying to be better and make sure I'm utilizing all of the tools God gave me and I'm doing all of the things. And then I compare myself to Beyonce. I'm like, oh my God, this woman is like 40 and she's conquered everything. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so behind. Let me conquer all these things. I need to do more. I'm not saying do more in a non-productive sense. Like, just because you're doing more doesn't mean you're being productive is what I'm saying. But I sometimes just feel like, oh my God, I need to be being productive. And I find myself in moments feeling guilty if I'm not being productive because I'm so aware of time. I mean, some say, aren't I beautiful in the morning? I know some say that time is just an illusion. I just want to be very cautious of, not cautious, but use my time wisely. Very, 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 very wisely. I want to use my time. There's a balance. You guys, I started putting grease in my hair again because a YouTube girl said to. My hair looks bad. This is not gonna be cute. We're probably just gonna put it up in a ponytail. I put like 8 pounds of grease on my hair last night. to get some moisture in it. I also cut my own ends. Shh, don't tell Marley. It's gonna be a great day though. And as you go for your dreams and you start to dream big again, have expectation. It's also kind of fun when you wake up early in the morning too, because you get to create that expectation for yourself. I'm pouring into myself in the morning, and great things are gonna be happening for me today. Beautiful, wonderful miracles are gonna be happening in my life today. The changes are happening. Slowly but surely, the changes are happening. You just gotta be diligent. Diligent, slow and steady wins the race. It really does. It's just gonna be a fun day today. My hair is not flowing. It's not the best hair day for me, but that's okay. I'm working from home today, so yeah, it's all right. We just have a cute little bun, and maybe I'll put a scrunchie over it or something. Very simple, just enough to not look like a bum. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Dream big. Life is short. Tell the people that you love them, that you see them, and really shoot for the stars, because you can do it. I believe in you, in case nobody else told you that. Okay, I'll see you guys next time.